We have the infrastructure, the roads, the services, the tea shops and schools. But what we really need is people. Citizens to move in and love the city and be willing to pay us all the taxes we need so we can build more infrastructure. Today we're going to be jumping into a mass expansion and taking our population of nearly 40,000 residents up to, well, let's find out. If you enjoy my British build, please leave a like on the video and drop a person emoji in the comments below, and then grab a cup of tea. Sit back and relax as we dive into Kettlewick. Hello everybody, welcome back. Lovely to have you with me here in Kettlewick. So we're at that sort of stage in our build where we have a lot of infrastructure, a lot of stuff going on, and we really just need to get more tax money in. It goes up and down. I mean, a minute ago it was minus 4,000, now it's plus 12,000 an hour. It changes so often, but we have the space. We have the space in our education. We have all of the coverage that we need. We've got so many jobs, but we've got squares that we need to fill, which we did a little bit in the last episode, either side of our bus hub train station here, which we had a fantastic name for. We'll come back to that in a bit. But if we come out of this view here and look at the squares we have available, so we have either side of the river here, the south side we should say of Butler End, and all the way over here to below Victoria Creek that we could build in. But I was going to start all the way down here in Cupton Bluff first of all, because we own this square here, which we bought so we could do this junction down here, which we spent a lot of time putting some detailing in, making sure that all worked correctly. And we've got farms in here that aren't really farms, because this map is full of fake farms. It's Willamette, or however you pronounce it over there in America, but I thought it looked quite British with all the farms. But yeah, these aren't working farms, most of these, the ones that aren't coloured in yet. So I'm thinking some new housing estates around here would be fantastic. We've got the road infrastructure. I'm a little bit worried about the school infrastructure in here, so we may have to spend a bit of money to get that working. Let's have a look. What am I looking for? This one here, education. So we've got a small elementary school, which has got some space. We have a primary school, which has got some space. We don't have a high school down here, so that will probably be what we need to add. We've also got upgrades available for these two schools, so that's fine. Where is the nearest high school? I mean, it's probably, that's an elementary school. That's the hospital. Why is that showing up as a... Okay, well, that's showing up as a school for some reason. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I mean, the nearest high school is going to be all the way up here, the secondary school, which is, I mean, it does have some space. So you're going to find some are going to go there, and we do have buses, and this is way out in the country. In the UK, this sort of small village like this wouldn't necessarily have a huge high school. You would have to get into the country, and with all the transit options we've got, coming over to here wouldn't be too bad. We might just stick a small one down here as well, depending on how much of a need there is. So that is the plan for today. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off just by deleting the surfaces that we've got in here. So we know what we've got to build with. I'm going to take out those as well. And we're going to take out these, which I know is taking out a whole chunk, but that's fine. So yeah, we could fit some huge housing estates in here. So let's see how we're going to do that. So first of all, let's take a look at this piece of land that we've got here. Now, we've got some excellent road infrastructure that we could build off. Could I just add a roundabout on here, which would be exactly the sort of thing that you would see on a nice high-speed country road like this? It would then just have a roundabout plonked in the middle of it. I always like these ones, a little bit more designed. Yeah, let's go with something like that. So then we can build off into here without causing too many problems. I'm going to go with, yeah, we'll go with that into there. Excellent, and we can build from there. And then I'm thinking of adding something along here as well. Could we just add a roundabout? Yeah, there's a node here, so let's go there and we'll do the same. There we go. So we've got two ways in and out of this area. Now, at the moment, it's backing on to sort of a park at the back of these houses. So what I'm sort of going to go for is that modern look of house, if you get what I mean, in the UK. So we have these older houses like this that are semi-detached, got the nice windows and that sort of thing, and then you'll get a housing estate put in the back here, and a lot of the houses look the same. We've done something similar up here. If we come all the way along, here we go, although this has upgraded a lot now since we were last here. So quality crest, yeah, similar to this, but we're not going to have all the straight roads. We're going to make this more of a country village looking estate, but they're the sort of ones we want to get in there. So let's whiz all the way back down here again, and let's just get some road networks laid out in here. There we go. That is an average sort of British looking estate ready for houses with cul-de-sacs. We might adjust this as time goes on. We'll see how things go. Let's just make sure they're all connected up to power, which they're not. So we'll go from there to there under the road. That will connect all of that together, which connects all of this together. So that should be fine. Let's just bring it down this final piece of road here as well, just to complete the loop. There we go. And then this should probably be the same actually, so we'll do that from there to here, and we'll do the same from over there. Then that should keep everything running nicely. Excellent. I am probably going to zone most of this, and then we'll come in with the move it mod and move things around as well. So let's decide what we're going to have zone wise. Yeah, we pick the UK pack, and it's going to be the low density detached mixed with semi-detached as well. So we're going to have a few all over the place. So let's just pause this a moment and see what we can do. I'm just sort of thinking with the zoning that we've got on here, yeah, some of this is going to get in the way. Let's just use our zoning tool, this one here. We want no zoning. I mean, I didn't want it necessarily as a rule that we'd have no zoning on this connection road, but actually if we remove all of this, then our zoning can be concentrated on the little cul-de-sacs and things we've got. So that's going to work a lot better. This one here, am I going to do the same as well? I think I am. Although when we get down here, yeah, let's just see how that goes. I don't want zoning on any of these either. So that helps here. I think that is much better actually. Yeah, so that and this connecting road here, Empire Street, we're definitely going to have zoning on that. Yeah, so I was just thinking a little rule perhaps we can have in our brain when we're zoning. Oh, we've got medium density as well. No, I don't want any of that just yet. Yeah, a little rule we can have in our brain. So let's like pick a cul-de-sac like this. So the detached housing, I'm thinking we're going to have at the end, and then semi-detached housing we can have on the way in, and try and sort of stick to a rule like that and see how it goes. So let's zone out one anyway and see what it looks like. Yeah, maybe something like that, so we get a bit of a mix. Let's just let all of this grow in and see how it looks and whether we're going to need to monkey with it much. And it's almost there, and that was an autosave. Let's have a quick sip of tea. Okay, people are moving in, which is good. So we can sort of see how it's going to work. I like it with the more detached housing at the end. I don't like the way some of this is lined up. So I think what I'm going to do, like I said, we're going to do a mixture of zoning and then move it mod, because I really want to get these all lined up at the end. And these sort of semi-detached ones, I mean, if I collect both of those and move them up, yeah, we can fit another one in there. It's going to just zone it for me. Thank you very much. And ones like this, we could pick a pick of that build building and definitely have another one there. Let's maneuver that one up and we'll pick a pick of that building. We can have another one there. We've got nothing in here at all. So I'm going to pick a pick of these and we'll pop those in just so it fills it out a little bit more. There we go. They're going to complain, but then they're going to be okay. And then we'll pick a pick of that and pop that there. And I think something like that is going to work. So yeah, let me zone in all of this section here and then we'll see how many people we get moving in. We are losing so much money. That is nuts. Okay, hopefully we'll start earning some more money soon. Well, I think we found out why we're losing so much money. I think we've been losing a load of people because they're all unhappy with the sewage that we've got going on. We've got sewage treatment connected there. Why is this all suddenly becoming a problem? Oh, it's one of those things that always catches me out. It's because we're only running at 62% efficiency in our water treatment plant, which that comes up from time to time and it always throws me. If we have a look at our rubbish collection, yeah, we're very, very close to the limit and then it just has a knock-on effect. So now it's affecting all sorts of people over there. Well, if we just run down here to our garbage collection to take a look what's going on, I just don't think we've got enough trucks. We've got 16 out of 20 going out. Just don't think they're getting. It's a long way over to there, isn't it? What other garbage collection or rubbish collection do we have? Oh, we've got one right over here. Of course. Well, how's this one doing? Well, that one's okay. Where are they all going? Oh, well, there's loads more to be sent out. What operating districts are they doing? They're doing this district as well. So I've no idea why that's causing so much of an issue, although it seems to have just gone now, which is good. Yeah, and we're losing less money. Okay, well, that was it anyway. So hopefully they're starting to collect that. I've upped the amount we're doing here. So this should be, yeah, these have shot right up now. So we're sort of negating the fact that this is running at such a bad efficiency, although it's gone up. The rubbish has been collected. Oh, there we go. We're all back to normal. I can drop the budget down again. Phew. Right, okay, back to what we were doing. Right, so the first of our new estates. Not looking too bad. There is quite a bit of wasted space, which we're going to work with as we go along. So I'm thinking we're going to just fly through here with the Move It mod, line things up a little bit better, and we'll do a little bit of plopping as well to get some more houses along the front here. So let's just do that. Okay, there we go. A few minutes later, I seem to be making better use of the spaces that we've got. So now we've got a load of houses down the main road, which is really good. Just the smaller ones. And yeah, every single cul-de-sac is lined up, and I think making the best use of the space that we've got with the larger houses at the end and the semi-detached running up the main road. So that's good, and lots of opportunities here for paths and decorating and stuff like that, which we will get to. So this little area here is going to have its own zone because it's already part of Cupton Bluff. So let us just take Cupton Bluff back to up here was about where it was. That was Cupton Bluff. This is all Cupton Bluff in the school there, and then we're coming outside, and then this one down here. Yep, that's good. So let's add in a new one and see what we get. There we go. We have Willow End. How many houses do we have now in Willow End? So over 1,000 residents already, 447 households and 88 pets. Brilliant. And on average, they are wealthy. Well, we'll come back to do some decorating on there in a moment. But what I'm going to do now is do exactly the same over here in this zone, which is going to be called, let's just connect this all up. There we go. Hawthorne Meadows. Lovely name. So let me just sort this and I'll be back with you in a second. Right, there we go. This is pre-move it, where we add a load of extra houses in. So this is what it looks like before, and this is what it looks like after. There we go, all nicely lined up, a whole load of new houses added in. Lots of green space as well that we can decorate, and of course we want to get some parks and schools sorted. So let's take a look at how many houses we've got in here. So this is Hawthorne Meadows, so another 654, 1,431 residents. Fantastic. How are we doing over here? 1,019. So we've added over 2,000, nearly 2,500-ish residents. And look at that. We are making of the money again, and that's only those two areas that have been done. I'd like to utilize this little area here, but this one is going to be a little more jam-packed with houses. The developer that took this piece of land wanted to make as much money as they could. So let's see what we can squeeze into here. Why is it doing that now? I've added this bit of road in. Without that bit of road, it was all going nicely and straight and everything. So we'll go back to doing it this way. We'll add the road in afterwards. Thank you. Well, it's no surprise we've got traffic jams all the way along here because so many people are moving in to all of our new estates that we've got up here. And we've got this one up here, which has got so many houses in. So let's give this one a zone so we can get a name for this one. And I'm going to be taking your suggestions from the comments below for all of these. So there we go, come up with something interesting. So Meadow Gardens it is at the moment. 1,346, it's going up, 45. Yeah, that'll be increasing as time goes on. Even more traffic up the top here. Brilliant. So that's 1,300, 1,000, that's 2,350, 3,800 people we've added into here, and the money is rolling in. Brilliant. So I feel like we want to add some parks and check our schools and stuff like that around here while people are moving in. So let's just dive into here. So our small elementary school has still got space, which is good. That might change, and that's still got space as well. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to come out of that menu so we can see what we're doing. We are going to add some, that's an extra 100. That's well-being and outdoor recreation. So we could, I didn't realize that was going to be like that. I'll tell you what we're going to do. That's reminded me as well. We need to do something with the power cables. Nope, that's not what I want. I want to pick of this road. Ha! Can't reach the road because I've covered it in all sorts of other decals and stuff. Let's go like this. Don't worry about the power thing. We'll sort that out in a moment. We're going to take that and I want to pop it up against the side there. If I'd left the zoning on, it wouldn't have been a problem with it. Let's try again. Come on. Oh man, do you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to use the move it mod and I'm going to move it around. Oh, it won't let me. No, good grief. Hang on. Okay, I've got it. Turned off snapping, and that is going to go up against the side of the building there. There we go. And it's far enough away from the houses over there that it's no problem. So that gives us some extra space. We're going to do the same with this one. I think the additions in here just literally add on to the side of the building. They do. So an extra 50, an extra 500. Let's just do the 50. Yeah, we'll do the 50 for now, and we'll see how that goes. Everybody's happy about that. And then we did say we're going to pop a high school in here, and now we know that we can afford that and we've got the money. That is absolutely fine. What would be a good British one? Well, we've got this UK secondary school, which we have used before, and to be honest, I think this is the one that we're going to use. Although, let's have a quick look through in case there are any others that sort of catch my eye that could be British looking. I mean, that one, maybe. That one, maybe. That one, no. Oh, I really like this funky looking urban high school from the Urban Promenades pack. I think that is going to be a fantastic addition to this area if we can find somewhere that it can go without buying another square, because I don't want to do that. We've got this land up here that we haven't used right by the train station. So I'm wondering whether we could extend this out a bit, and let's just have a look at our road networks and things. We could, because this is sort of a main road going up here, we could have this come along the back over the train station. Can I pick a pick of that road? I can. We'll have a crossing, an at-grade crossing, which is fine. And then we could literally have this run along the front. Let's take one of our parking, this one here. Can I get a 90 degree? Can I get a 90 degrees? It doesn't actually, it's not showing me, is it? 90, 100, oh, for goodness sake. Okay, I'll do it myself then. Turn off the snapping. I'll tell you what it is. That doesn't quite look like it's right, does it? We're going to sort of go with it, because it said it was 90 degrees. Ah, no zoning. I'm going to remember to turn all the zoning on at some point. Oh, it says zoning. Okay, well, there we go anyway. And we're going to add that right there. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to change this slightly. I'm going to pick a pick of that, and I'm going to bring that up the back like so. We'll take that one out. Yes, excellent. So that has got 800. The operating districts for that is going to be Cupton Bluff, Meadow Gardens, Willow End, Hawthorne Meadows. That's it, nowhere else. And then we'll see how that goes. And then we've got a gym we can add and another 800 students if we need to, but at the moment we don't need to, so that's fine. Bit of a death wave going on, but I don't think we've popped our parish church into these other districts, which obviously acts as our crematorium, so we'll do that. And then what other services do we have around here as well, because we need to make sure that they're covering everywhere. So let's select operating district for you. Yep, you'll take the new areas too. That's good. Next one on the list. Trash we know comes from miles away. Fire, we don't have fire coverage down here. It's literally all the way up there. But I was going to say it seems to work okay. Oh dear. Oh man. Is this going to be one of those instances where... Oh, the fire helicopter has been dispatched. Oh, look at that. Well, that's okay. We don't need to do anything else then, do we? I was thinking this is all going to completely catch on fire, which would have been a complete disaster. But no, we're fine. There we go. Thank you very much. So that fire is covered. Disaster control, police. Anybody local here? Yes, there is. So we'll set up your operating districts to take our new areas in as well. Fantastic. And I think that's about it, isn't it? Please. So then we've got administration and welfare, which we don't really have around here. Welfare coverage is bad. Tell you what we're going to do. We are going to add a welfare building in. We don't use them that often. If we go into here, we don't have a UK one, but we have like this community kindergarten, it's called, which is quite small. A welfare office, the Japanese one, just looks like a nice office building. That's a bit too large, and that's the original one. Why don't we go for one of these? I quite like that one. We could even pop that alongside here if we had zoning back on this road. There we go. Excellent. So if we grab that, I think that will make a nice little complex there. And is there a operating district? There is. So we're going to just select all of Cupton Bluff and the surrounding areas. Excellent. So hopefully, I don't know whether that takes a bit of time. Yeah. Oh, no, actually, no, it's just gone straight up, isn't it? The road welfare coverage is good. So it's really good up there. A little bit less down here, but that's fine. And well-being will go up as time goes by. So that's what we see on the house. So, yeah, excellent. So how are we going? So 1,300, 1,047, I think. Yeah, we're pretty much as full as we're going to be in those areas. So I feel like we need to do a little bit of decorating. Well, actually, just before that, we want to get some parks in here, don't we? We've got this section along the back here, which I feel like if we add zoning back onto here, we could add a couple of passage parks. Oh, it's not letting me... Okay, if I turn that snapping off and go here and here, like so, if I go back a little bit so we're not touching... Yeah, that's good. So it sort of adds a little bit of interest to this area, and we can always expand that out as time goes on. Yep, that'll be good. We'll do that. We've got this corner here, which I'll tell you what we could do. Something a little bit different. Let's grab an alley we are actually going to do that and hope nobody takes that as a cut through. I'm going to go a little bit smaller, actually. We'll do something like that. Okay, I need to turn my zoning on. That's what I keep forgetting to do. Let's upgrade it. Doesn't add the zoning. We'll do it this way then. So then we'll get this zoning here. So now we can add in, let's have a look. Let's pop in some playgrounds. So we've got the activity playground and we've got the small playground we'll have next to it and the chirplet playground next to that. I can add some power in for you peeps as well. Let's just go straight into there. And you can go straight into here. There we go. That gives us some options there to do a little bit of decoration around it. We could also make use of this space here. So this is where our small alleys are going to come in handy. That is not what I want. I want one of these. So hopefully I can squeeze that through there. We can change some things up if we need to. And then we can just literally run that along the back. No, let's do it again. There we go. That way and this way. Excellent. And if we just use the Move It mod ever so carefully, back up your game regularly, folks, if you're using the Move It mod. There we go. And then we can add some parks in here. So the dog park, that can go in. Hilly playground is a bit too big. So really it's going to be these small ones here. So we can have a small playground over there and an activity playground there. Yep, that's good. Oh, we've got this little spot here. Just as we come into the neighborhood, could we fit another little dog park there? That'll look good. Excellent. Where else? Where else? We've got all of this space that's round the back here, which I'm thinking if we just lose one house. Please don't zone in again. No, you're fine. And then we take this alley, and that is going to go right along the back like that, and it opens up this whole area here for something like, we could pop a large playground there. I think the dog activity part's going to be too big. Yeah, we're getting too large with some of these. Let's just stick, oh, we could have the dog one next to it as well. Excellent. And then we could just leave this for some paths and trees and things, but that makes use of that area. And then we want some over here as well. We've got this big corner here that really isn't being used. Oh yeah, I've got to sort out the power cables, Biffa, don't forget. I think another little lane through here would work well. There we go. Just a few things like that we can decorate around. Excellent. Okay, right. Let's do our bit of decorating. Oh, there we go. That is looking like a lovely place to live, and that isn't, because I've been completely not watching what I've been doing. Man, we're overloaded on the water. Can we just do this a bit? Pollutants, extra pump. Yeah, we can add that onto there. Let's do that on all of these. So let's go to this one. That really hasn't got anything other than some entertainment. Okay, I think we're just running out of water. There was another one over here. Sewage facility overloaded. Yeah, that's about it. I think we're going to need to up our water taxes. When I say that, I mean our budget. Let's like whack that up as high as it will go and just see whether that is okay for everybody. They're thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I think we're going to need another sewage outlet. That's going to be the problem. Just wondering if we could add in a water treatment plant. Does any of these cost a bit less? They don't. It's literally these two. Oh, that's it. How big is that? That's that sort of size. That looks more like a office type buildings. Let's go with that. Oh, Metropolis! Fantastic. Money, points, things, everything. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Oh, the form of art. Very nice, very nice. So that fits in there okay. And then what I'm wondering is if we could just balance things, I pressed the wrong button there, a little bit. So yeah, we've got enough. It's just not spreading out. And I think it's this garbage piling up over here problem again, isn't it? Yeah, I think with our garbage or our landfill over here, I'm going to adjust the operating district. So I'm going to take this one out because I think this one we've got down here, recycling centre, that takes in, oh, that's just like doing everywhere. So that isn't, where is it? That isn't doing a particular area. Whereas if we take this landfill and have a look, oh, that's doing everywhere as well. Okay. Well, at least I've narrowed this one down to where the industry is, which we know is going to be producing a lot more rubbish than other places. So hopefully that will help. And then we might just upgrade this a little bit. We don't need more garbage trucks because they're not going out. Hazardous waste collection, processing at a higher speed might be good. So let's pop that in somewhere. Could we add a little road down here and add it on? I think that might be quite good. Ah, I didn't realise it was going to go that way round. Okay, well, let's turn off our snapping and let's go like this. Ooh, we can get that right in there, up against there. Excellent. And then if we pick of this road, there we go. We can go up the side and that should all be happy. There we go. Brilliant. And then can I also pick a surface? I can, and then we can fill this in over here, which is what I did just to cover up the field, because that field goes all the way up and over here. So to try and sort it out would have been a bit of a nightmare. But I think, if I remember correctly, let's just get that as close as it will go. Yeah, overlaps too much. There we go. I think that'll work a lot better. And then we can just literally run that. Let's just overlap it a little bit. Run that along here, and we'll just get rid of the field. There we go. Very nice. So hopefully that will help and everybody will be happy again. We'll just give it a little bit of time to work its way through. I was getting a sneaky feeling that that rubbish was never going to be collected from that Japanese water treatment plant. So I've switched it out for this one. And yeah, hopefully that will all be okay. Everybody seems happy. Let's see whether the budget gets balanced. Well, we were making money, then I press record and we're not making money again. So we're going to stop worrying about that. I'm just going to put a few other needed things around here. We want to deal with post and such like that. So I'm going to find, let's turn Anarchy off so I don't mess anything up. And we're going to find a few spots. I mean, a lot of people are happy there, but we'll add another one. Oh, it's going to upset this house over here apparently. So we'll put Anarchy on for that. Going to add a couple in there. I'm going to add a couple down this long stretch here. And then probably in here we'll just add two, one at either end like so. So that is postage coverage taken care of. I'm going to add a third one. We're going to put it this side by that path. Excellent. And then finally wanted to add some buses in here. We don't have any bus routes in here by the look of it. Let's just go into that view to make sure. No, we've got taxis going everywhere and that is it. I'd like a bus route that comes down here into the train station area. So if we grab, I'm going to turn off. Yeah, there we go. So if we add one of those there. Oh, actually, let's put some stops in as well. EU stop sign. So I'm thinking it's going to come up and down in this area. So we could have it go up and straight down. Yeah, okay. So what we'll do is let's add a stop at the top and towards the bottom like that. So that'll be fine. And then that could literally cross over and come down here. Maybe a little something like that will be good. So let me just add these routes in. And I'm thinking, yeah, if we have that go all the way back. Okay, and then what we can do is maybe add a couple of other stops in here as well. which we can add the route onto. So that goes up here. There we go. And then I don't want any routes on the main road. I think that's okay. So I don't mind that turning around there. This one is going to be turning around in a cul-de-sac. So I think what we're going to do, if I've got the space and it's not going to mess anything up, is I'm going to grab all of these, shiftify them back a bit, you two as well, just a touch. And we're going to add a small cul-de-sac on the end there. Yeah, I think we're going to lose that house. And hopefully, if we go back into our route again, it will turn around down here instead. So let's do that. There we go. So it's out the way of the houses. Brilliant. Is that attached okay? Yeah, it is. Brilliant. So that is our first Cupton Bluff bus route. So now I'm thinking, can we do something else and bring it sort of round here on the way back? Because then we can add a stop in. There we go, to pick up some of those people. We can add another stop in down here to pick up some of these people. There we go. Excellent. So that's the Cupton Bluff. So let's have a look and make sure there's not too many buses going on that route. It's got 34 bus routes altogether. If we sort it by name, it's going to be bus line 34, isn't it? If I turn that one on and off. Yep, there we go. So that is Cupton Bluff. There we go. Taking you to the train station. Now it's moved. And how many trains are we going to... How many trains are we going to get on there? None, hopefully. How many buses? Let's go down to 2. And I know that is only going in one direction. So I'm going to give it 1. And now I'm just going to do a route going in the other direction as well. I'll just do that off camera. Actually, I lied. No, I'm not. I'm just going to put 2 buses on here and that will be fine. We'll just go for the standard bus. Excellent. I think that will just take care of all their transportation needs. Yay, and finally we're making money. We've hit Metropolis and we're approaching, well, we've just passed 40,000 people. We've got so many unlocks left. I'm just wondering what else there is that we could unlock. So I don't know how much this is all going to cost us, but I'm just going to go through this list. We've got all of these. We don't have any trams yet. Water, I don't think we're going to use. Subway could definitely come in handy, and so could air. We'll have a look at that. Police headquarters, City Hall could be interesting, and Central Bank to help us build up our larger areas, which means I don't want all the shelters and things. Medical University, Geological Research Centre, and Telescope will hang fire. Incineration plant. I think these two are going to come in very handy. So that's going to be another 16. Advanced water pumping station. Ooh, we'll go for that. And then a battery. Oh, there's lots of cool things here, isn't there? Solar power plant. Yeah, we'll grab that as well. We'll leave the other ones for now. We've not unlocked intersections all this time. Okay, we'll go for underground parking and intersections. And then we've got 3 points left, which we can use somewhere. Brilliant. Oh, that is really good. Well, let's have a cinematic. So we are now a metropolis with an additional 4,200 plus citizens added through land purchase and housing estate construction. Plus, we're now making money again. Huzzah! If you enjoyed today's build, a thumbs up on the video would be very much appreciated. And as always, a huge thank you to all of you supporting me over on Patreon. You can see your names on screen now. Your extra support really does make a difference, and I want to just say thank you. And if you haven't seen that new Tealand has returned in City Skylines 2, new Tealand 2 Electric Boogaloo. Have you been living under a rock if you've missed that? Pun intended. Check out the link on screen now. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you here very soon for some more Kettlewick.